When it was first launched in India a few years ago, the Volvo S80 made for a surprisingly cool alternative to the obvious names. Plus, the 4.4-litre Yamaha-built V8 petrol engine gave this demure-looking premium sedan an unmistakable personality. And it drove well too. Not quite as exciting and tail-happy as the E60 BMW 5 Series, but the four-wheel drive made sure that the Volvo never gave you serious understeer to fight while laying down all that muscle on the tarmac. Fast forward to today and the S80 has changed. Well, no, it hasn't. Sure, it's got a better-looking grille, daytime running lights and slightly redesigned bumpers, but that's about all that the new S80 gets. Very few cosmetic changes, plus there's no V8. That's a pity.
On the outside, you don't really feel a lot of change going on, but what they've done on the inside is given the car the instrument panel from the V40, and it looks a little odd because this thing is really young, really energetic. You know, you have red color, you can actually choose colors, and then you have the traditional old school, very fake wood over here, if you may. But yeah, you know, it's sort of contrasting, so it doesn't really feel that great. Just for the sake of plonking in something that is young and energetic, doesn't really pull off the game very well. Otherwise, the strong points remain. The ride quality is still very good, and I've been fiddling around with the settings of the car a little bit and have made the steering a little harder. Sorry, but really doesn't do much. Well, one thing that really is very good is the sound or noise this 2.4-litre diesel engine makes. It produces about 215 horsepower and 440 Newton-meter of torque. But just put your foot down, oh my God. I mean, I really had to double check the specs to see whether they've given us the 2.4 diesel. I'll go down a few gears, you know, you can hear it. So yeah, overall, the car basically remains the same. Few alterations on the inside, but in my view, they haven't really clicked very well.
For a diesel, this 2.4-litre 5-cylinder affair makes a rather good sound, and that affords a bit of a sporty feeling in the car. The paddle shifters too are a good add-on flash item, but it all contradicts the otherwise traditional cabin and shape. We absolutely love the cabin of the S80. The floating center console we think is particularly appealing, but Volvo should evolve with its execution. The dial pad especially is unnecessary in a time when everything is now touch or voice controlled. Overall, the dynamics of the S80 are impressive, ride quality is still extremely sorted, and it goes very well over any sort of undulations that we might encounter. There is a bit of a noise from the dampers at the rear, which makes your heart sink, but that's that. Steering in its normal mode is pretty good and it should be left in that. We played around with the settings and set the steering hard. It didn't do much apart from making it miserably heavy. Best left alone then. The city safety feature has been updated and it now works at speeds up to 50 km per hour, and the active high beam control switches between high and low beam, reading the conditions around. That means it'll pretty much be either eternally confused or always at low beam in Indian traffic conditions.